Do you often feel frustrated in English meetings because you don't understand everything that people are saying there? One of the reasons for that is that a lot of phrasal verbs are used in business meetings. In official reports and presentations, we tend to use more formal words, which oftentimes you are more familiar with. But in business meetings, people tend to use more casual, informal language, which includes phrasal verbs. They are quite difficult to memorize, but expanding your knowledge of phrasal verbs will help you so much in understanding native English speakers in business situations and communicating with them much more naturally. In this video, I will present 10 common phrasal verbs used in business meetings. My name is Karina and welcome to the English Meeting Room. Here, I teach you how to communicate effectively in English so that you can build your dream career in global business. If that sounds good, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my new videos. Now, let's get to the point. The first one is to bring up. It means to mention a topic in a conversation, to introduce a new subject or a topic for discussion, or just start speaking about something that we're currently not speaking about. So you could just say, I'd like to talk about the delayed shipments. But if you want to sound a little bit more advanced, a little bit more natural, a little bit more native, you can say, I'd like to bring up the issue of delayed shipments. The next phrasal verb is to look into. It means to investigate or examine something more closely, to analyze, to pay closer attention, to research or analyze a situation, a problem, or an issue. The synonyms of to look into are to investigate, to explore, to examine, to check. So you could say, we need to investigate the reasons for the sales drop. And that is perfectly fine, but it sounds quite formal. More casually and naturally, you could say, we need to look into the reasons for the recent drop in sales. The next phrasal verb is to follow up. It means to check progress or take further action on something. It also means to get more information on something that was previously discussed. It is also used to speak about the next step in the communication process. Before we move to examples, I want to note that the phrasal verb to follow up requires a preposition, and that is on. So we say to follow up on something. Now let's see how it is used in a sentence. So without using the phrasal verb, you could say, for example, I will check on the email tomorrow. But an even better way is to use the phrasal verb to follow up and say, I'll follow up on our discussion and send you an update tomorrow. The phrasal verb number 4 is to go over. It means to review or discuss something in detail, to carefully examine or explain something, such as a report, a document, or a plan. Usually we use this verb when we're reviewing something point by point. So you could say, let's review the budget proposal again, and it's perfectly fine. But you can also use this phrasal verb. So that would be, let's go over the budget proposal again. Now, phrasal verb number 5 is to run out. It means to use all of something and have nothing left anymore. To run out of something means to have no more time, no more money, no more resources. So some synonyms of to run out are to exhaust, to deplete, to finish. So you could say, we exhausted our budget for this year. That is perfectly fine. You use the verb exhaust. But you can also replace it with the phrasal verb to run out, and the preposition is of. You always need to say to run out of something. We're running out of time, so let's move on to the next point. The phrasal verb number 6 is to turn down. It means to reject an offer, request, or a proposal. To refuse something formally or politely. So the synonyms are to reject, to decline, to refuse. So using these words, you could say, unfortunately, they rejected our proposal, which is again perfectly fine, but you can use the phrasal verb instead. So you could say, unfortunately, they turned down our proposal. Number 7 is to put off. It means to postpone or delay something to a later time. So it means to reschedule something for later. Again, the synonyms are to postpone, to delay, to reschedule. You could say, can we postpone the meeting until next week? Again, this is perfectly fine. You can use the word postpone. But if you want to use the phrasal verb, here's the example. Can we put off the meeting until next week? Number 8 is to come up with something. This means to think of or create a new idea, a new plan, a new solution. It means to generate an idea, a suggestion, or a strategy. Some other synonyms are to develop, to brainstorm, to invent, to propose. Also, pay attention to the preposition that is needed, with, to come up with something. Here's an example without using this phrasal verb. You could say, we need to develop a new strategy to reach international clients. This is fine, but if you want to use the phrasal verb, here's the example. We need to come up with a strategy for reaching international clients. Number 9 is to bring in. It means to involve or hire someone to contribute to a project or a task. So literally, it means to bring someone from the outside inside. This is how you can remember this word. It often means to introduce an expert or an employee, some external consultant who would come to the company or to the team to give some help or input. So some synonyms are to hire, to recruit, to involve, to onboard. You could say, we need to hire a consultant to help with the project. Or you could say, we're bringing in a consultant to help with the project. And finally, number 10 is to wrap up. It means to finish or conclude something, such as a project or a meeting. It also means to complete an activity or a discussion quickly and effectively. So the synonyms are to conclude, to finish, to finalize, to close. You could say, let's conclude the meeting with a quick summary. Again, that is perfectly fine, but you can also use the phrasal verb. Let's wrap up the meeting with a quick summary. And now it's time to wrap up this video on 10 phrasal verbs for business meetings. I will go over them and you have to see if you remember their meanings. Number 1, to bring up. Number 2, to look into. Number 3, to follow up. 4, to go over. 5, to run out of something. 6, to turn down. 7, to put off. 8, to come up with something. 9, to bring in. 10, to wrap up. If you found you don't remember the meanings of some of them, feel free to go back and rewatch the video, take some notes so you can remember them for the future. If you found this helpful, like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. See you soon in my next video.